No space battles, no phasers firing, no alien threats. Just two guys stuck in a shuttle, running out of air. And yet Shuttlepod One became one of Star Trek Enterprise's most powerful episodes. Here's the thing, we know pretty early on that Enterprise isn't actually destroyed. The dramatic irony is right there. So why does this bottle episode work so brilliantly? Because the writers understood something that most completely miss about character development under pressure. They knew that when you strip away everything, oxygen, hope, the comfortable lies we tell ourselves, what's left isn't just character, it's truth. So what makes Shuttlepod One a masterpiece? Let's break it down. On the surface, Trip Tucker and Malcolm Reed couldn't be more different. Trip's the easygoing Southern engineer, friendly, optimistic, wears his heart on his sleeve. The kind of guy who'd fix your warp drive and tell you a joke while doing it. Malcolm's the by-the-book British tactical officer, reserved, stoic, and committed to protocol. He takes duty seriously, rarely lets his guard down, and keeps his emotions tightly in check. Under normal circumstances, they work together just fine, professional, efficient, but not particularly close. Then the writers throw them into a shuttle pod with limited air, thinking their ship, their home, everyone they care about, have been obliterated. And that's when the mask starts slipping. See, the brilliance of Shuttlepod One isn't in its premise. Bottle episodes are Trek tradition. The brilliance is in how it uses extreme stress as a character development accelerator. Most writers think Crisis reveals who your characters really are, but that's not quite right. Crisis doesn't just reveal character, it burns away everything non-essential until only the core remains. When writing high-stress scenes, ask yourself, how do your characters' coping mechanisms fail them? What happens when their usual strategies stop working? As the episode progresses, the cracks between Trip and Malcolm turn into fault lines. They're not just running out of air, they're running out of patience with each other. Malcolm believes in looking at the situation objectively. If they are the sole survivors, they have a responsibility to leave a record, not just for them, but for their crewmates. And he can't see a way out of their situation. But Trip looks at their doomed situation with optimism, choosing not to think about the details, such as the impossibly long distance they are from anywhere. In his mind, there are still a lot of possibilities for survival, so he uses every opportunity to extend their air supply. The longer they stay in that shuttle, the more these perspectives clash. Even more so because the situation forces them to let their guard down. For Malcolm, Trip's optimism, despite the evidence, annoys him, and Malcolm's preparations for death are putting down Trip's optimism. But what's really upsetting Malcolm is the loss of his crewmates. He's someone who's found it hard to emotionally connect with anyone, but Enterprise felt like home. This admission changes everything. For the first time, Trip can see Malcolm's perspective and why he's lost all hope for the future. Real conflict under pressure isn't about who's right, it's about what each person is protecting. Malcolm clings to duty to shield himself from loss. Trip clings to hope to avoid despair. They're not clashing because they're enemies, but because they're afraid of the same thing in different ways. Despite their greater understanding, nothing about their situation has changed. They're still freezing, still low on air, still no way out. With the receiver repaired, they open a bottle of bourbon and wait for anyone to contact them as time and their air supply slips away. And then, a voice. It's Hoshi, sending a message from Enterprise. The ship's intact, the crew alive, and they're sending rendezvous coordinates. But there's a problem. The rendezvous point is 2 days away, and the shuttle only has a little over 1 day of air left. Now the stakes have shifted, and so have the characters. Malcolm, who had all but surrendered to death, upon realising the crew is safe, suddenly has a reason to fight again and begins working toward a solution. Trip, once blindly optimistic, now becomes more grounded. The impossible distances he once ignored are now concrete. 2 days, a ticking clock they can't beat. But they can try. They realise they can't stretch the oxygen, and they can't reach Enterprise any faster. So they turn their minds to one last desperate plan, detaching the engine and blowing it up, hoping to get Enterprise's attention. For writers, the best character arcs shift how a problem is faced, not just what the problem is. Show how your character's mindset changes when hope re-enters the frame. Are they ready for it? Or has survival become more complicated than death? The hours crawl by in silence. With no guarantee Enterprise saw the explosion, their fate undetermined. Now faced with 10 more hours of waiting for suffocation, of watching the air gauge tick down, Trip can't take it anymore. He starts to climb into the airlock, telling Malcolm and himself that he's doing it to double Malcolm's chances. But Malcolm sees through this. He knows Trip is scared of the waiting, uncertainty, of being helpless. That Trip wants something to be salvaged from this ordeal and calls him out, threatening to stun him unless he gets down. Malcolm also wants something to be salvaged, but not by sacrificing Trip. He'd rather they make it out together, or not at all. For writers, your peak should force characters to confront what they fear most about the situation. Not just death, but the manner of dying. And what it means. What do they want to say from this? They wake up in sickbay. Enterprise picked them up when they only had 3 hours of air left. A narrow escape, but they survived their ordeal. But that's not the real reason this episode resonates so deeply. Shuttlepod One succeeds because it understands that the richest character and relationship development happens when things fall apart, and in how people face the breaking point together. This near tragedy forges one of the greatest friendships in Star Trek, not from similarity, but from opposing perspectives, learning to understand each other. Showing even in the direst circumstances, characters can work through conflict, shed their defences, and forge connections that endure far beyond the crisis. If you want more writing analysis and tips on writing great stories, I put out new videos every single week and you don't want to miss them.